Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
I can brag your favorite podcast. Let's start this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is draft day. It is draft day. I'm so damn excited. We've got some funny ass movies. We're gonna be going through a ton of fun, silly, ridiculous movies. They're all in my wheelhouse, and I feel like I should dominate this draft like I have been doing, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. What do y'all think?
I like it when on the pod on Tuesday you were like, I don't really like silly movies, and we all stopped. We all laughed for about 5 minutes, and then we're like, your favorite kind of fucking movie is silly
You're
movie.
Mr. Silly
you picked the silly movies as the draft category.
It was Brad's specific version of what he considers to be silly, is what I was talking about. So I maybe I should have clarified that a little bit.
We watched Strange Brew. We know what you're all about.
I gotta say that I was listening to the Hoisting Heavy guys on they're out of Oakdale. They talk about beers and all sorts of good stuff. They just kind of like, it's a free flowing conversation, and they were talking about Strange Brew, and both of them had not seen Strange Brew, and their guy that was on the show was recommending. I was like, boys, you talk about beer and you've not seen Strange Brew, but they were both planning to do it. So I'm stoked to hear that they're going to watch Strange Brew and find out how it is. So.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room.
What they think,
because that shit, I guarantee you, it's so built up to them.
No, I think they're going to love it. I think they're going to love it.
Silly's very.
So shout out to the Hoisting Heavy guys out of Oakdale. I'm listening to your pod. I really enjoy it. Good stuffs. All right, so we've got a draft here, but before we get to the draft, I wanted to talk a little bit because we've been talking a lot about Zach, getting a lot of those second places. Like he's been like just right there on the cusp of a victory on multiple occasions. So I kind of wanted to think about, well, if we did score this in a different way, like how would the standings look? So I ran some numbers, boys.
No, you didn't.
I ran some numbers.
I guarantee I'm in first place.
All right, so just doing a very simple scoring system of 4 for first place, 3 for second, 2 for third, and 1 for last. I went through the numbers.
This is just for this first season.
The six drafts we've ran so far this season, and so total of 11.5 points so far. That would be Nate. With an average score of 1.9.
Oh, that's last place. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
That would be the lowest score so far. In third place,
be me.
with a total score of 14, which gives them an average of 2.3, that is Zach.
Oh, really?
So
Zach still sucks.
Damn.
Gotcha.
In second place, with a total score of 15.5, that would be Nick, 2.6.
So you're still the winner.
Because he has 3
and
wins.
myself with 3 wins, total of 19 with an average score of 3.2.
And he hasn't been last once.
So is it what you're saying essentially here is like basically it's exactly the same. This was the scoring.
I was hoping that
this whole exercise was a waste of your fucking time.
So yeah, I was
the
hoping.
The difference is you have a win though, bro.
So I forgot that Zach, you got last the first one. You have 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And then
like in a row,
2/3. So.
I got like a bunch of seconds in a row, and then I was like, because every time I was like, I'm about to win this bitch. This is so awesome. I'm so excited, and then I just got devastated.
Well, we had Dave's draft where it was the first place, and then everybody else got second. So what I did, I took the
fourth, second.
That would have been 3, 2, and 1 points. It was 6, so everybody got 2 points for that one. And then when we had Rob on the first pod of the year. He gave a first, a last, and then he didn't award second or third. So the second and third got 2.5 points each. So that's how I crunched my numbers, and that's where we are. But lots of weeks to go, y'all. Some of us have 3 wins. Some of us have 2 wins. Some of us have 1 win.
And then there's Zach. Brad texted this yesterday and said, well, I'm the editor. Nate's the social guy. Nick's the model. Zach, what the fuck are you? You better figure out what your role is.
But you also have to realize, though, why I said Nick's the model, because we were trying to. We're going to start trying to advertise our BVK shirts. And Nick's got this shirt on, and he's got the veins are popping through the arms and stuff. And he's looking like a model.
Zach kept trying to get him to lift his shirt up to show his dick root.
I told him
he was looking for the dick root and stuff, but
a dick root bad.
But Nick should be getting some money for that modeling job.
Some of that Italian top pube.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck, bro.
Abercrombie and Fitch would pay good money to have Nick like putting their shirts on and like standing there looking like
that upper pube.
Bro, don't insult Nick with Abercrombie and Fitch, dude. We're into some Italian designers right now. We're not fucking talking about
I can thank that blood flow for the hairy forearms.
That's why you're so vascular.
What do you think pumps and feeds the follicles?
The consistent growth, all around
plasma, bud.
All around consistent growth.
It's all about circulation.
All right, so we are drafting a category today, and we talked about Hot Fuzz on Tuesday, and so today we are going to be drafting the best. We're actually going to be drafting specific movies. I'm not sure we've done this in the past.
We have. We did it on the final episode
of
our
non-points category.
It was the final preseason. It was a preseason draft
of
finale.
Our first season.
A draft
you just said of our first season.
A draft that I won.
Finale.
We did the best kids Christmas movies.
Best kids Christmas. So we actually drafted specific movies, and our children actually were the ones who judged on that.
I want to register an objection that I think we generally should not be drafting movies. I think that's taking the easy way out.
Okay, well,
I kind of like it on this one, even though I think the category is super ambiguous and we're going to argue.
It's a very ambiguous category. It's going to be argued a lot.
Category.
My list is ridiculous, and I'm looking at all the movies. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to decide between this shit.
That's
crazy.
exactly why you're going to go down in flames.
It's going to be bad. I'm going to second guess myself. It's going to go down big time. All right, so we need a draft order, I guess, right?
Where are we going to get that?
So there are some BVK wives as well as some special guests hanging out by. In our outdoor studio. They're out by the spa.
There's a veritable harem of beautiful blondes over by the spa right now.
We just kind of we had a little break and we were talking to them and just kind of hanging out for a second. And in the spa right now, there's like this gigantic growth of foam. And I'm like, it kind of looked like a white whale for a second. It was like Moby Dick shit. And then it started to change. It was like maneuvering, and everybody else was talking. I think it might have been the only one who noticed this, but I was looking down.
Did you take LSD tonight? Because I see the big thing of foam.
I might be on my like third or fourth BVK IPA. So
that's what it is.
That's what it is. So
same effects.
I'm watching this foam, and it went from a whale, and then all of a sudden it starts to take shape, and it turned into Nick.
Oh,
yeah. That is bizarre.
The whale was like, "Fuck you, Nick."
Nick Bubbles.
And then the end stayed there, and then the rest of it started to kind of fade off, and it came back, and it said Nate.
Oh yeah.
And then the foam started to dissipate, and it kind of disappeared for a second. I was like, okay, I guess it's done. And then
it's got to be Brad.
It came back. That end turned sideways into a Z.
Fuck. Why do I get third every time? God.
And then it all washed away, and it came back, and it said Brad, because I'm the fourth pick.
Fuck that foam whale.
I thought you were going to say that one of the ladies over there just started pulling out numbers from their bra or something.
No, they were just bystanders.
Okay.
In case you guys think Brad's full of shit, there really is like a large thing of foam in Nate's spa, and
it looks like a beached white whale.
Some of our wives came over, and I was like, you guys gonna get in the spa? And then I was like, what is the foam? And Nate was like, it's the chemicals.
That's how you know it's working.
He goes, that's how you know it's working.
we poured some BVK IPA in the spa, and it got a little out of control.
It kills a lot of bacteria too. It's really kind of.
We brought some yeast back, because if you guys saw the picture of our yeast doing its work on the BVK IPA, we brought some of that yeast and we put it in the spa. And things are going out of control right now.
Our yeast does work.
That was synchronized. It's beautiful.
We're we need some Monostat 7 over here with all this yeast we got going, right, Nick?
All right, so
you vascular
cooking up some bread. I think it's sourdough.
Nick, how long do we need to stall here? I feel like it's going to be a little.
We
while.
don't.
We don't.
Make another yeast infection joke.
My first pick is This Is Spinal Tap, 1 of 1. Give it to me.
That's dope. I haven't even seen that movie.
That's
Congratulations on that.
You know who has seen it?
Brad, because Brad's talked about it.
Our guest judge.
I don't even think you've seen it. I think you're like Scott Beck.
Did you just admit straightforwardly that you're just here for the pander?
I'm here to win. You guys didn't notice that
cool.
from the first
How well
season.
did that do Nate last week, though?
Ooh.
What?
Pandering.
I don't remember what place Nate got. Was it last?
Oh,
No.
it was 100%.
No, I got last.
No, Nate got last.
I might have got last.
No,
Nate got last.
Let me go back
You
to my
got last
scoreboard.
because Nick got third, and I thought my team was Nick's team, and I was all
I'm looking at the
bummed.
scoreboard, and Nate got 1 point last week.
I just
according to the
did
scoreboard.
that to make sure we specified that at least 2 or 3 times. We repeated that. Okay. This is Final Tap.
You still
All
hear
right,
Nate?
that's a beautiful pick. I'm not sure if it's number 1, but I do like the pick. And I mentioned that Scotch Beck, he loves that movie, but I'm not sure if he's going to agree that that's the number 1.
So I'm gonna go.
Oh, what's 101?
I'm gonna go with I'm using the Costanza strategy this week.
Oh, I love it.
I've got 2 things in mind, and I want to go with one of them, and so I'm going the other direction, and that is Austin Powers at number 2.
It's definitely the definition of a spoof, right? I mean,
Scott's got-
the spy who shagged me. I say yes.
so you're going
Wait,
number
which one?
1.
Number 1.
Oh, number 1.
You're going Man of
Okay,
Mystery.
just want to make
yeah,
sure.
Man of
Mystery.
Mystery. Yeah.
You didn't want the one with Beyonce.
I did actually. That's a tough one because number 2 is really good too. But
Number 2 is my favorite of that series, but I think that's a very much a reach in that first.
it might be.
We'll see.
But Costanza made me do it.
Can I point out before you pick, Brad, that once again the Magic Foam Ball has picked Nick, Nate, Zach, and Brad.
Dude, why do all these people know the theme song?
The
It's fucking weird.
theme song order.
It's kind of wild.
Bubbles, no.
I picked it because it rolls off the tongue when you got foam.
Well, I love that. Yeah, they were like,
antifungal
"Wait, why don't you
bubbles."
mention Nick?"
Yeah, I kind of mush mouthed the Nick a little
No,
bit.
it happens. It happens. I hear it.
I mean, I buried the vascular lead.
All right.
All right,
What are you going with, big guy?
guys, it's a tough world.
Big
out
guy,
here.
big guy,
I want to stick in the
big time.
Eugene Levy universe.
Slap the bass, big time.
Slapping the
Pander.
bass.
I don't know about those. I mean, this is Spinal Tap. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about the others, but you do you.
There's one that I love that I will hope gets around to me, but I think I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna show my age here a little bit. I'm gonna go McGruber with my first pick.
I was just thinking, like, I think that might
Show
be part of
your
my rap, but goddamn, I love it.
Yeah.
And I am showing my age a little bit because it's a little newer, but I will also tell you guys that I'm a late adopter of MacGruber. I didn't watch it until like literally last year.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Dude,
I'm still.
it is so over the
I'll
top.
let you. I have it. I own the DVD.
Oh,
It's-
man.
That one did not go in the garage sale.
And I haven't watched the show yet either. There's a show.
Oh,
Like I
it's
said, I
it's
watched
on
on the
Fondue,
cock.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
cock.
Did you
and-
watch all the episodes, Brad?
No, I watched one episode, then I didn't purchase the cock. I don't buy cock.
Oh, well, I'll give you
just
my
wait for it to come.
I'll
to
give you my password, bro.
Cock comes to me.
I got a monthly subscription to the cock, dude. I'll hook you up.
Wait, you have the cock and you haven't watched it?
No, bro, do you know how many shows I got right now?
But
It's-
you're
my
saying,
life is
you're currently
intense
paying
as
for the
fuck.
cock?
I've got a fucking successful movie podcast. I've got a full-time
It's a
job.
write-off.
I've got fucking
It's a
2
write-off.
baseball teams that I'm coaching. I've got a freaking 3 needy kids that are all on 3 different baseball teams. My life is fucked right now.
But you own the cock.
But I have the cock and I haven't watched it in
Can we write
7 months.
all this shit off? Like, we can write off like all our movie subscriptions and shit.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck, Brad.
you probably can if you want to start claiming this as a legitimate business.
Hey, we're about to get Fubo, dog. We're about to get Fubo'd.
I'm gonna get all the fucking underground shit, the fizzles and the
Yo, what's up? You watching that Tubi, dog?
the slippy slopes, like all the whatever you
fizzles?
got.
Hibbity dibbity. All right.
I don't even know whose pick it is, Brad.
It is me.
Brad's
I've got
right.
this nice little Reacherito, and oh man, you guys just left it wide open.
He's going to pick a Weird Al movie.
He's going to pick something weird.
Oh, that's dude. Dude, I could
it,
do
Brad.
that just to be a pandering motherfucker,
Pick
but
it,
I'm not.
Brad.
So I'm gonna go with first Airplane.
So that was the other side of my George Costanza dilemma.
Never seen it.
It's great. It's super classic, and I mean, it maybe is the first thing you think of in this genre. But
Is it a
it's old.
Naked Gun movie, or is it like what inspired Naked
Leslie
Gun?
Nielsen in this one actually plays he's just a straight man. Like, this is actually what got Leslie Nielsen into his
Okay.
career, because he was actually a serious actor kind of before, gets in this movie and plays a very serious role, but just does it in a way that makes everybody laugh. And then from that point, that's when he goes to Naked Gun, and then he goes into like all the crazy spoof movies.
Because I only saw the Naked Gun. I haven't seen Airplane, although I know he has the line where he says, Shirley, we can't do that or something.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
It's one of my dad's favorite
Surely
lines.
you can't be serious. I'm very serious.
And don't call me Shirley.
Yeah. If you're 71, that is the joke.
Oh, no, it's a classic joke. 100%.
My dad is all in on that joke.
Shout out Keith Monroe.
And then you guys really left me, and I'm very surprised. I mean, this movie is talked about constantly. I mean, Mel Brooks' classic, Blazing Saddles.
So again, I mean, that's a great pick. I'm not saying it's not.
We're just a little woke here, Brad, and I think that's a little line steppy.
That might get you canceled.
You mean the movie that had a black actor as the absolute star of the movie?
Yeah.
You were saying that the woke mob's going to go after that one?
Yeah.
I hate to piggyback on your point there, but we're going to go real woke right now because I'm going to go Tropic Thunder with a white actor in blackface the entire time. And, dude, honestly, I really like that movie. But
just like tripled down on my wokeness and like just flipped it on the script right there. I was like, that's wild.
And he didn't get canceled at all. People love Robert Downey Jr., right? But I will say that the funniest part of that fucking movie is the spoof trailers that they do at the very beginning, which kind of go into our spoof category here.
Busting nut bars.
Oh, my God. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, man.
All right, Nate. Your draft can't go downhill from here. So
I got my two number one picks, guys. I'm excited right now.
I got to go. I think I'm going to go with Hot Shots.
Part one or part two?
Part one. The original Hot Shots.
Now, which one has the breakfast belly scene?
The original.
The original.
I hate that you guys are right about that.
We had a deep discussion about that back in the day, and Zach was very adamant that he was correct,
and I was wrong. I was proven wrong. Which
well, you on that episode you had like 2 or 3 things that you like went full like 100% double down on, and
Brad.
I think 2 out of 3 you were wrong on.
Welcome to my life.
But that's what makes for a good pod. That's the beauty of it.
I'm ready.
All right, Nikki B.
Wrap it.
Wrapping it with first pick, Naked Gun.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's the fact that went 8th in the draft. That's going to win you the fucking draft.
And then the second pick, which is going to win me the draft, is Spaceballs.
Oh, that's where I was going to. And that was the other side of that Costanza was Hot Shots or Spaceballs.
This is
Guys,
really.
we just let Nick get his third win, and I'm very
We've
upset.
done this
And there's
before.
no
Nick.
Chucky.
Can you guys play defense?
Those are my first 2 picks that I fucked up after. And Chucky was on my list both times I fucked those up. And
I will
Chucky's
say,
nowhere to
hey,
be found on this list.
I've never felt worse than when
But my draft was good.
Nick was announced as the third pick last week. I was just like, oh, you're kidding me.
I
Like,
thought his team.
it hurt my heart. It really did.
We thought your team was dope.
The fact that you
got-
finished third
you got
last
third
week,
place.
it was just like it really made me sad.
It's
We
okay.
knew Nate got last, but we were just floored when you got third.
All right.
Respect.
I'm
man.
gonna go way back with one.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Oh man, again I gotta
How far-
go with the Costanza.
How far back are we going here, bud?
All right, let's go with Three Amigos. That was not where I was originally going to go, but I'm continuing with my opposite strategy.
I mean, if you're talking about like kind of Western spoofs, I mean, it feels like Blazing Saddles is there, and then Three Amigos is kind of right behind it.
So Three Amigo, I never saw Blazing Saddles. I just know that it's problematic. I don't even know what
You
happened
need to check
in
it out.
But Three Amigos, very funny.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean it's
yeah.
classic. It also is considered, I think, just wildly like anti-PC now.
But that's later than Blazing Saddles, I think.
What
right?
is
Oh
it?
yeah,
Is
sure.
wait, Three Amigos is like problematic?
I'm pretty. I mean, I think
It probably
I think
does.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I think people would say that it's.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I think they would probably say that there's a lot of like appropriation of,
Yeah.
Mexican culture.
Some
and
white
sort of-
white savior stuff.
some white savior stuff, and maybe like a little bit of like what would be seen as like making fun of parts of that. But I don't remember. I don't even remember the criticism per se, except somebody being like, "Oh, well, that you can't like Three Amigos."
I'll say for Three Amigos, maybe the epitome of like humor for me as a kid was the when they're out in the desert and they're all riding their horses and they're all super thirsty and like I forgot. Steve Martin like takes a pull and it's like a couple little drop. No. I'm sorry. Martin Short takes it's like a couple little drops come out, and then Chevy Chase he takes a pull and it's just sand comes out of his canteen, and then Steve Martin's over. Or no, it's Martin Short is the one who's drinking the water. He's got like water for days. He's like, I fucked it all up.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which guy it is.
Which guy? But Chevy Chase, he's the one. He's like gargling the water. He's like wiping it on his face. And the other dude's just looking over at him, just like, the fuck? And then he's like, tosses it off to the side, and it's like water still pouring out. And he looks over and he's like, chapstick?
Oh my God, which reminds me, everybody on the pod, there are some pictures of my wife and Brad with lip gloss on.
From the beer
All
release?
drunk at the beer release, and I checked my phone the next morning, and there's all these selfies of my wife and Brad doing kissy faces.
Can we get those on the social, please?
What do they call this?
Duck lips.
They're
We
doing
do
the-
little
they're
duck
doing
lips.
duck
We were
lips
showing off our tremendous lips.
with like red lip gloss on, and it is the funniest fucking shit. We're gonna have to post it on the socials because it makes me laugh every single time.
I thought she was eating something. I was like, what are you eating? She's like, no, it's chapstick. I was like, oh, chapstick. She's like, you need some? I was like, I threw out my lips, and here it came. And next thing you know,
and then
we're
you
taking
took like 10 selfies.
multiple photos.
There's a lot of them.
we're showing off our pouty lips. And
I
it's
think
beautiful.
I only sent you one of them, but there's like 8 of them.
No, I think I got
It's
3, but yeah,
fucking
no. I mean,
hilarious.
our lips are looking nice and tasty in that. I mean,
Whose pick is it? Is it
It's
Zach's
you,
pick?
dude.
They're
Okay.
glossy.
So I've got 2 that I'm like really struggling with. One is right in Brad's wheelhouse, which may not get back to me, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to go with what I think is probably close to the number 1 pick, one of the best theater experiences that I've ever had. And I don't know if you guys are going to shoot this one down as a satire or a spoof, but I think it fits both of the categories, and I'm going to go with the original Borat with my dude Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh yeah, it's
I looked at it in the.
You're good.
I thought about it. I was like, I don't understand why it would be considered like a. It's
I get it.
I guess semi mockumentary kind of.
I have another pick if you guys want to shoot that down.
No, I'll let you
will
take
say
it.
I say
that.
go for it. I think it's a great one to help.
I
you with that.
loved it
Yeah,
so fucking much.
I think it's mockumentary.
It's one of my favorite, and like, yeah, I don't know if it
Right?
fits
I think it
necessarily.
fits
into the
right
parody
in with-
spoof.
with Spinal Tap.
I think it just depends on what we're really because Spinal Tap's making fun of sort of a genre. Although by that
I mean,
at
you
that
could
point there wasn't a whole lot of.
It was just the OG.
Well, you
of
could
it.
say that
I mean,
Borat is a parody of like international folks coming over to the United States to kind of like, oh, let's experience the United States. and
borderline
kind of
reality
bring
TV
it back
spoof.
to
Yeah.
like our
That's
country.
the original one is like a parody of America. I mean, or a satire, or like a spoof.
So
or
I
like
would say- I-
expose
The
I
problem
would-
is it's reality of America.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like an exposure.
Satire, yeah.
But man, dude, seeing that in the theater when he's chasing his cousin or whoever it is,
I legit
naked
almost had a
through
heart
it was like the place was fucking like you could feel it shaking. It was.
I think
insane.
My boy Nick and I were like grabbing each other and like shaking each other, like just trying not to like die from laughing. 'Cause, oh my Lord.
All right.
Wow, that's a great scene. All right, so I'm up here and I've got my last 2 picks. I hate that I have my last 2. I'm looking at my list. It's just gigantic, and there's all these movies. I'm just like thinking about them. I'm like,
There's a
I
lot.
love this.
There's
I
a
love
lot.
this. I love this. And there's some that are like close to my heart, and there's some that I think are going to lose the draft for me. So I got to kind of figure out where I want to go. And oh man. All right,
should we stall or you got?
No. I think I think I got my first one.
How about that for stalling?
And if you've seen Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society,
Good pick.
Juice,
Damn it, dude!
etc.,
I was just about.
you got to go with "Don't Be a Menace to South Central" while drinking your juice.
Didn't
in
I
the
just
hood.
say my other pick is right in Brad's wheelhouse? I don't think it's going to get back to me.
That's what it was.
I
Okay,
was just picturing you rapping.
I'm going to pause typing this because that would take me way too long to type. So I'm just going to hold off and try to make my 4th pick here.
You just call it "Don't Be a Menace" because
Yeah,
that's
don't
what
be-
everybody
Don't be a
calls it.
menace.
Okay, that's what I will. That's what I will put. Oh man, I could go puppet.
Is this your last pick, Brad?
This is my last pick,
Ooh,
and
this is precious.
it's scary here.
Come on, Brad, make a choice.
All right,
Pick with your heart.
this hasn't been there yet, and again, I think it's just gonna go. It's gonna be the correct pick here. I'm gonna go with a nice parody of the night type of movies, Camelot, etc. Let's go with Monty Python
Yeah,
and the Search for
it
the
had
Holy
to
Grail.
go.
And that's my final pick there.
So I'm gonna be the guy that respectfully disagrees with that pick because the night scene where he cuts the guy's arms off
That's classic.
is the funniest shit that I have ever seen in my life. The rest of the movie, besides them plopping the fucking coconuts together, is like pretty forgettable. But that night scene and the coconuts is so fucking funny.
If you watched it when you were young, there's a few things that kind
I
of go over your
didn't
head.
though.
I'd say the one where they're having the discussion about like who's in charge. And like it's the peasants out there in the mud, and like they're talking about like democracies and monarchies and all sorts of like a huge political discussion. That's great. And then also the women that take in Sir Lancelot, and they're talking about, and then you're gonna spank me, and like that stuff gets a little raunchy, and it's funny as fuck. So, yeah.
God, I have
All right,
one.
Zach.
Nice
I have
work, Brad.
one. I have one that I want to pick so bad. I just know that Scott is going to be like, never heard of that. I guess I got to look it up. Which just, it's tough. I've actually got two that I should pick. Can I say what they are, Brad, or am I not allowed to?
No, you should just make your pick.
Fuck.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Damn, dude.
Zach's just sweating bullets.
No, I just have one that I really like that I want to pick. But
Follow your heart, bro.
We're gonna have fun in the.
I
also
know
games.
that he hasn't
It's gonna be
seen
a
it,
long
and if I
one.
go with this other one that I think he has seen, I think I've got like a better shot.
Don't sell out, dude. Just
I think I'm gonna sell out.
You are such
And I'll tell you guys what the two I wanted to pick are after the draft. But I'm going to go with Walk Hard, the Dewey Clark story.
I thought that was where you were going.
It's tough. It's tough out here.
Okay.
That was on the cusp of my
that was
tongue,
my
and I
number
decided
one.
to stop.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue down the road here of opposites.
oh my god.
And I'm taking Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I love that one. I love that pick, Nate.
Oh, that's a good pick, Nate. I didn't even forgot about
It's not in my top 4, but I love that pick.
Yeah. It's such a fun watch. And like,
It really is.
it's such a perfect parody of multiple attempts at the Robin Hood story. It's great.
Well, and Carrie Ellis getting to do like essentially almost the same character, but just make it really dumb and wacky
Yeah.
from Princess Bride.
Bride,
I mean,
yeah.
he's basically almost the same guy.
Yeah.
He's like the hero and stuff, but
But
he
he's
just
just
gets to be
totally silly.
ridiculous.
At one
And Dave
point-
Chappelle, one of Dave. I think it's
I
Dave
know.
Chappelle's movie debut. So I mean,
Dave Chappelle kills it. At one point, they call out Prince of Thieves for like him not having the correct accent. And that shit cracks me up every time.
Nice pick.
oh man,
All right. What do you got, Nikki?
Last pick of the
Finish
draft.
it up.
Nick, you can wrap this thing up. I
Finish
think
it up.
you've got the championship.
Oh, I was ready
In your
to,
hand.
and then Zach spoke.
No, I think you've got
Yeah, Walk
two.
Hard. I don't think Walk Hard was coming back because I almost thought about picking it, and I figured it's not going to get back to you.
You've got two
well,
that you
it-
could pick.
I would have picked it, except I haven't seen it, and I knew that was I had to. I didn't want to betray that.
That's sad.
I need to see it. I know.
Damn it. Well, not wearing the T-shirt.
No.
No,
I'm not pandering because I didn't really like the movie. I'm not picking Strange Brew.
no, you can't. You
I'm not
can't
sure.
pick
I
Strange
don't know
Brew.
if that'd be a parody. I'm trying to think what would be a
It's
parody. of
parody,
spoof
dude.
of.
It's like a parody of something, but maybe it's just too wacky. I just feel like it's.
Okay.
Anyways,
All right.
I think that's the correct choice not to pick that because I don't think that falls in.
so
We're in full preseason mode, Nick. We're gonna have to kill time for about 5 minutes.
I mean, I wish we could start about some also rans, but we'll hold off on that.
I've got like such a fucking list.
But no, this was tough. Like as my list just kept getting bigger and bigger, I'm like, oh shit, I cannot pick that because that's not going to go over well. But there's some just classics that just have me rolling when I watch them.
There are a lot of good ones, but I was pretty selective about what I put on my actual list. So like, there's a lot of options that I think are good, but there's some elite options that I think we got.
I don't think there's any on here that I don't think are just.
Can I
gonna
ask
just
you
make
guys-
me
because
laugh
we're
my
going
balls
parody,
off.
you know what I mean? We've decided to go.
Can I ask a question while Nick's thinking that hasn't? I know Nick's not going to pick this one. So would Major League be considered in this category? No,
I
right?
say no.
I don't think so.
It's too straight, right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just asking.
There's a sports movie I do have on my list.
Yeah, there's
that I did
definitely
not
one
pick.
there.
Oh, there's several.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't pick that one, Brad.
Yeah.
All right, I narrowed it down to 2.
Number 2.
Hey Nick, you know how to do.
And I will say,
I'm
Nick's
big
not
Brad.
operating with the color coded sheet today. He's just coming
that's why
with
it's taking so long. It's 'cause
the
he
list.
Doesn't have because he lost his highlighter.
He's
off
doing,
his game
he's
a little
doing
bit.
eeny, meeny, miny, mo right now.
He ran out, his printer ink order has not come in yet. So
I'm basically his decision it's between marionettes and regular live action.
Hey,
I could have gone puppets too.
hey, I fucking wanted to go puppets with my pick when I picked Dewey Cox.
I will
I'm
say,
not-
Nick, I'll
And
give you a
you
clue,
made
man.
the
Scotch
right-
Beck likes the puppet movie.
Don't get in my head.
He told me that movie fucking blows and he hates it. only dum dums pick that shit. He told me
Damn it.
only vascular dummies.
Nick's arm looks like J.K. Simmons' dick.
Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Looks like
man.
a super jacked.
After he just got first place in like a big competition.
I have to assume J.K. Simmons' dick just looks like a super jacked baby, like a baby arm,
Yeah.
just like a fucking.
It's like it's just like if Popeye had a baby, and then like the one
He did
arm.
have a baby.
Oh yeah, what was the baby's name?
Olive. Oh,
Oh no, maybe they were his nephews. He had nephews. Never mind. I don't think he actually had a son.
I wonder if the baby had his same forearm deformity.
His
All right.
nephews were pretty ripped.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going marionettes. I'm going Team America.
That's a good pick.
All right.
I think that's the pick.
So
It was between that and Idiocracy.
So yeah,
was that what we call that, a parody?
Idiocracy.
I mean, it's a satire.
No, it's a parody on of dystopian futures.
it's
Yeah, I would
I
fully
take- I'll
back
accept
you up
that.
arguing that. Yeah,
I think
100%.
Idiocracy works perfect for this category.
So Brad, was basketball your sports movie?
Yeah,
I knew it.
yeah. Basketball's.
I thought you might pick that one. That's not a bad pick.
But what about so even weirder? Like, would dodgeball fit into the
No.
category of this?
No.
That's
I don't
just
think so.
comedy.
Okay. Has anybody watched What We Do in the Shadows?
That's what I had.
That's on my list, and I
had not
I wanted
seen
to
it.
take us so bad, but
Me
Scott
too.
has not seen it.
So that's what I said.
It's just not going to work because that movie is so fucking funny. But if you
It
have
was
not
a show
seen it,
too, dude.
well, yeah, they did the TV show too, but the movie itself stands alone. It's just, I mean,
So what
My
about
bro,
Mars
Kyle Newacek
Attacks?
directing that shit?
Oh,
Mars
I say
At-
yes.
Mars
oh,
Attacks.
yeah, I think that's definitely would be a good.
Oh,
movie
man,
as
I
a
wouldn't have
parody.
thought of that,
That's
really.
a good one. So, would Super Troopers count?
God, I think so.
I think
don't- I'm
almost
not
maybe
sure.
as much as Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think Hot
they're-
Fuzz fits though, right? Do you? I don't think it I guess it's a spoof of a
Well,
buddy cop movie.
this was
It's
kind
spoof of
of
buddy
my-
cops, and I mean they're bringing him up and they're doing all sorts of shots and scenes that are kind of reminiscent of.
I
those.
see. I struggled all the whole episode, the whole time on Tuesday trying to decide.
There's
what
birds
it
flying
is.
out at one point. I mean, they're doing the diving and shooting, and like all those are like that's. Like,
I mean,
that's John Woo, and like
it's certainly not anywhere in the ballpark of like Naked Gun or Hot Shots, right? In terms of the level of parody,
Right,
It's-
right.
It's not that those are.
It's not that
well,
type.
and it's not like we haven't even talked about like all the not another teen movie, not and then the scary movies, right? Like those I think of as like the far end of that parody spoof. They're true spoofs,
right. All the Leslie Nielsen stuff. So he did Spy Hard. He did.
right.
There was a one that was based on the Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford, where he's like the
Fugitive.
The Fugitive. They had that one called, it was like wrongfully accused.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of stuff. That's
Oh, yeah.
That's he made his career off that. Actually, it's almost sad. You look at Leslie Nielsen, like all the ones later in his
Exactly.
career,
Garbage.
it's just like they're just throwing him into these like just spoof movies that are probably absolute horse shit.
So
But he was making a career off of it.
So I got two things here, guys. So obviously, when I'm doing research for this stuff, like I try and come up with my own that I can think of off the top of my head. But I also search the internet for like best parody movie or best satire movie, right? So two of the ones that comes up on everybody's list that I want to know what your guys' thoughts are is Fight Club.
I know.
No, I don't.
Wait,
and
that
Ju-
can't. Fight Club came up on a
Fight
list?
Club
So-
is like the number 3
Multiple
drama
lists.
satire movie.
So okay, this satire isn't satire and parody have some overlapping like qualities,
but they're
but they're
different.
so different. Like,
Right.
satire, I think of as like, and I brought this up earlier, I think off the pod, but like, Thank You for Smoking is another one that's totally satire, like squarely, but not a parody or spoof of anything.
Fight Club is commentary more than anything. Like, I don't think
It's a social commentary.
That's what satire gets into, is like, so it can get into social commentary.
Well, definitely, I agree with that. So the other one is Jojo Rabbit. Do you guys think Jojo Rabbit is like a satire or a spoof?
Well, because then if they try and make caricatures of a particular like
historical figure,
groups of people like Nazis, like they did with Hitler and the Nazis, like they have a specific character type that all the Nazis are. I mean, obviously Hitler is like a cartoon character.
But I've only seen Jojo Rabbit twice, but
that's like social commentary on like the Nazis.
But it's in that kid's head. I guess it's like a satire of like what a kid would think about Hitler if you were taught that Hitler was super cool like your whole life, right?
That's why I kind of focused on parody spoof, because it needs to be kind of like
spoof is the key to the category.
Taking a genre or a particular set of movies or a movie and kind of taking it on its end.
Yeah.
I agree. When I looked up spoof and when I looked up satire, there was very different lists that were coming up.
Like
it was
Truman
a little confusing.
Show came on for like satire, which is interesting, which makes sense and is a cool satire pick.
I liked your political commentary. I think that's
so when I think of satire, I think of Gulliver's Travels, right? Which is the book, but not the. But I mean, like Gulliver's Travels is obviously not in any way a spoof or parody, right? The satire of it is like. It's social commentary through like a fantastical premise, right?
Right.
Which I think is not, the parody can be that too.
It's a lot of stuff like Animal Farm, right?
Well, it's almost as though like a parody is to a genre of serious movies as a satire is to actual society.
Right.
So like a parody is a satire of a movie genre.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like my favorite book of all time, is like it's all about satiring things that are on Earth, but taking them to like alien worlds, and then just basically like making fun of Earth through like these aliens,
well, so like
bureaucratic aliens
is
that
a
just
great satire,
right?
Exactly,
right.
Yeah.
So
which technically we could have picked for this draft, right, Brad?
Well, but again, I think we
went pretty spoof heavy.
I don't think I meant to say satire.
Brad said satire, and he meant parody.
I should. I think I couldn't think of the word spoof at the time, so I was
we need to make sure we let Scott know.
I feel like we all had a similar idea of where we were going with the draft, but I think that might have been an accident. So sorry, Brad. Go ahead.
I was going to say one. No. I took Blazing Saddles, but I think there's some folks that Mel Brooks, they think the Young Frankenstein's the better version. Which
the number one on my list that I didn't take, that I almost took a bunch of times, that my dad's going to yell at me about, is Young Frankenstein, which is a great movie.
I watched it and it's fun, but Blazing Saddles gave me more laughs, and I think Spaceballs even gave me more laughs than Young Frankenstein. So as far as Mel Brooks, it's not. It's clever and it's silly, but it's not. I don't think it has the laughs that I get from those other two.
Spaceballs. I grew up.
Yeah, Spaceballs
is great, and it was on my list, and I probably should have got it with my second pick, and I didn't because I let you have it. You little.
A few kind of under the radar ones. The Brady Bunch movie. Do you guys remember the with what's her name from Dodgeball? No, is that who it is?
Yeah, it is.
Brooke Shields.
Yeah. No, it's. I don't know her name.
Ben Stiller's wife.
Marsha?
Ben Stiller's wife.
Yes. Marsha.
We don't know her name. She has got a weird name that you've never heard, but when you look it up, you'll be like,
it's not a crazy name.
Look up her name. Something that you're like, oh, I didn't know that was.
No, but
her name.
she plays Marsha Brady in the Brady Bunch. Like they did a remake, but it was beautiful because they took the Brady Bunch and just applied
Christine Taylor.
Taylor. That's not a name that you know.
They put them into the.
I'm not saying it's weird. I'm just saying it's not like fucking.
How do you even
Scarlett
pronounce
Johansson or something?
How do you spell
Is it
Taylor?
Christine? Christine?
Yeah.
Taylor?
It's Taylor.
I've never.
Taylor.
I mean, I was thinking it was Christine.
Taylor. To Blave.
Lower. Okay.
What about Brad? What about could we have picked Princess Bride?
No.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I love the argument that it could be.
You could have an argument. I don't necessarily
like
agree.
A fairy tale?
It's like spoofing a fairy tale, right?
It's totally spoofing a fairy tale.
Yeah, I would have said yes.
That's
on
a
that one.
sneaky.
I think it's just a fairy tale. Like I don't think it's like spoofing anything. I think it's just a good example of a fairy tale.
Comedic fairy tale, and I think when you add the comedy, you get into spoof territory.
It's right on the line.
Pop Star, never stop stopping.
Oh, that's a good.
That's a modern classic of the example. Wet Hot American Summer, all the summer camp movies of the '80s. That's what they're
the meatballs
spoofing there. Yeah, exactly.
Good call.
The Man Who Knew Too Little. It's a little known Bill Murray movie where it's basically spoofing kind of like spy comedies. It's a classic. They came together. I've mentioned this many times on the pod.
Still haven't watched it yet.
I mean, I wanted to pick it, but I just had to hold back. I can't pick that. There's a couple like off the kind of radar ones. Kung Fu Hustle is a spoof on kind of like just all the classic like kung fu style movies.
That was a big movie when it came out.
Super ridiculous.
Oh God.
And then Black Dynamite's probably my underground favorite, which is a spoof on a lot of the blaxploitation stuff. Now, some people say I'm gonna get you sucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you sucker might have been.
That might be the one that they like, but Black Dynamite, if you've never seen it, it's Michael Jai White. It's got Tommy Davidson, Arsenio Hall. It's so silly because they do it in like the very old school, like where it's looking like it's 70s and low production. Like there'll be times they'll be talking, all of a sudden like the boom mic comes down and kind of hits him in the head.
That's great.
Like one time the dude says something and he punches the main character. The man was like, motherfucker. And then all of a sudden it cuts and then the next there's a different actor there now. It's like all the editing is like very intentional and looking like it's supposed to be very like just like low budget and stuff. Great fucking movie.
It's like a blaxploitation movie.
It's a spoof on blaxploitation stuff, and but they do it like just to like the 9th degree.
What about? Man, I'm getting them off the top of my head now. What about Pootie Tang? Is that into this category, or is that just a comedy?
I think that's a straight comedy.
I think it's just a straight comedy. CB4 was like kind of like
I was going to say so. CB4 definitely
the early 90s. Like
it's hard to differentiate this shit. I think
there's another one that
guy,
I think it's even less known than CB4 is Fear of a Black Hat, which was basically a spoof on all of the late 80s, early 90s kind of rap stuff.
You talked about that in like an Also Ran.
I think I did before. Yeah,
it's
like the Spinal Tap of rap, and it's classic. There's some great moments in that. Just look up some YouTube clips if you have never seen it. Fear of a Black Hat. Look up a couple YouTube clips. There's some silly shit.
Scary movie.
Yeah, the Scary Movie, and there's a bunch of those.
Which one's the one with the guy with his good hand? I think that's Scary Movie 2,
I think.
And dude, that shit. Is it Woogie? It's
theater.
Woogie, right?
I think I saw that in the theater.
Is it Woogie?
Oh wait, Chris Elliott?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's Woogie.
It's Woogie, and he's got a good arm, and it's so fucking
My
funny.
germs.
Ugh.
And he sticks it in the mashed potatoes.
And he's like putting it in her
He's
mouth.
like licking it.
Oh my god.
Last one, Zach, you didn't choose, and I watched this recently, and I really enjoyed it. Game Over, man.
So I know Scott hasn't seen it. It's on my list.
Call that a spoof?
It is a spoof of
100%
Die Hard.
spoof of Die Hard.
100%. I mean,
It's an action comedy that's like it's supposed to be sort of funny that it's like Die Hard, but I feel like it's on its own. I don't know.
I think just the fact that they have the foreign henchmen that all of a sudden start to have a gay like love affair while he's hiding in the closet with his dick out is the funniest shit ever.
Oh man, that's a lot of also rans.
Dude, I feel like there's a
went
thousand
deep.
more.
Yeah, we probably could have gone a lot further.
We got to let Scotty know the direction that this went. I think he's expecting to hear some weird satire shit.
So
we
why
went full silly parody.
Agreed. Why would I want to start a quick argument? Why would basketball count but dodgeball doesn't?
I mean, I think basketball is much more.
I actually don't think. I don't think basketball.
I don't think so
applies.
either. I think it's
its own. I think it's its own movie.
It's spoofing though, like the underdog. I guess
that's where it's
dodgeball.
Exactly.
Satire.
It's the same shit.
That's satire. If you're spoofing something like an underdog, that type of an idea,
Maybe.
That's satire.
feel like
But
those
it's
are
also
very similar,
the
is all I'll say.
Zuckerberg like those guys with their like it's really supposed to be a very silly and
oh yeah, for sure. But then you get into like
Zach see aliens right now.
No, bro. I'm looking at Nate's got these heaters out here, and they're like so hot they've warped the little thing on the top of it. I just noticed it. I was
the
like,
outdoor studio.
That one's been warped the entire time.
The outdoor studio has a high-end propane.
Sorry.
Propane.
All right.
tanks.
I was looking around like I saw Alien.
It seems like it's about time for us to go get Scotch.
Yes.
Where's he hiding? Like you guys played hide and seek last time, but now he knows your house. So where is he now?
So he's under the bubbles in the hot tub. I don't think.
Oh, that's where the bubbles came from?
It actually might have been that he was up there doing like a sort of like a little finger wand routine.
Oh fuck! So it wasn't magic, and I wasn't on too much BVK IPA.
He picked the draft order.
There's a bunch of hot blondes over by that pool. I'm pretty sure that if I wasn't doing the pod right now, I'd be hiding under the bubbles.
Yeah, he's just spine. He can hold his breath like a motherfucker.
I think he's got one of those.
like
He's
a
got a little
straw.
cocktail straw.
Yeah.
That he's breathing through. All right, let's go.
Hey,
get him.
props to you, Scotch Beck.
California has the largest population in the United States and the site of some of the most famous true crime cases in history. But there's more than meets the eye to the crime in California. Join Sean, Jessica, and Charles on the California True Crime Podcast as they cover crime both infamous and overlooked from around our state, while looking at the deeper history that goes beyond beaches and movie stars.
Oh man, is he dried? Is he dried off yet? Is he dried off?
He's walking over here like he's like a bubble monster. He's got foam all over his face.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Dude, how do you hold your breath that long?
Okay, first of all, it's fucking cold. When you get out of a hot tub and it's cold
It was
outside,
hot tub, Scott.
why did you make me
whiner.
get naked in front of your wives? That's fucking weird, dude.
We thought they were going to get naked and get in with you.
We thought it was a
We
bubble
didn't know.
monster. We didn't realize it was you.
We thought that you guys were all going to skinny dip. Scott, we thought we were doing you a
Look,
solid.
I got naked
damn it.
at the release the other night, and that was fun.
Oh, did we talk about Scotch Beck getting naked and doing a powerbomb through the table? Did we talk about that?
Not
We
yet.
willed it into existence.
Can I give a quick shout out to the Oakdale PD because not only are they polite, but they're gentle. And they have a very, very clean station. And
Well, that's good. If you're naked,
And when you're naked,
you
that's
need
important.
it sanitized.
You
and
want
clean.
those metal benches to be.
well, you guys gave me the okay to be naked, and then all of a sudden I'm naked, and all of a sudden, wait, it's an all ages show. And then shit gets weird.
It's true. Scott did have a revelation about halfway through taking his pants off. He was like, wait, are there kids here?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, immediately, like pretty much everybody took their kids home. So at that point, it didn't really
That's
matter.
true. They were like,
Right.
time to go, sweetie.
I did make it more fun because the kids got the
That
fuck
is-
out of there, right?
that's true.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Scott. Doing
right.
the Lord's work.
So soaking wet, but you've got a draft order and you have some decisions.
I was very, I've mentioned that I'm very nervous sometimes with these drafts, and this one I was excited because movie spoofs and parodies, that's just my wheelhouse. I realized that these are my favorite types of movies,
Oh wow.
100%.
which right now a couple of you guys might be panicking because you think, well, maybe I should have pandered a little harder.
No,
But-
we all pandered.
We all felt like we pandered pretty hard.
Well, good.
And I'll say, when we did the bail draft, I thought, Scott probably hasn't seen 10 of these movies.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm like, he's seen all
all
but
of them.
2.
That's a pretty goddamn good guess.
I'm good at this shit. I'm a
yeah.
professional podcast.
There's one.
Zach wins all of the competitions that don't matter
mean nothing.
for the pod. He's going to win in that one for sure.
It's actually, I think it's closer to 3
Oh, okay.
that I haven't seen.
Which one of Nick's movies was it that you haven't seen yet?
We'll get into it as I go through these, but in general, I usually get pretty crazy with different categories, and I kept this one fairly simple. I did make my own tiered power rankings. I liked what I did with the Christian Bale
I like
one,
that way.
but this one's just my power rankings. I started looking up a bunch of different lists of movies, and when you said the categories, you said it was spoof, parody, and satire. Satire freaked me out a little bit because I was like, dude, is somebody going to go like some weird satire movie that's like kind of deep? Or...
That was just because Brad doesn't know the definition of satire.
I fucked up last week and said satire on the pod when I was
Okay.
trying to. In my mind, I was trying to pick out the word spoof, and I couldn't think of it.
I appreciated it,
Fuck
though.
Fair enough.
I'll just say a different word that means that's something else entirely.
Well, because I was looking up lists, and under like best satires was like Get Out by Jordan Peele. I was like, okay,
yeah.
but
Yeah, that's now we're getting into
it was
different
so
territory.
broad. So I'm glad you guys stuck with definitely spoof parody, which fits with the movie you guys did on Tuesday, Hot Fuzz.
Exactly.
Fun, happy movie. I'm very surprised nobody bought the T-shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
think
know?
I didn't think that this movie was necessarily a spoof, and I think Nate alluded to it with his opening comments in that in the movie podcast which was that they played it pretty straight. Like
There's moments like you pointed out on the that he does the weird flip over the fence,
Yes.
but like it never goes
Full
anywhere near the like
naked gun,
naked
hot
gun
shots,
dude
yeah.
wearing a giant
Totally.
condom.
But they
joke,
I think they
right?
do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yes, that's true. But they do it in more subtle ways. Like when they're running up to the grocery store, and you hear the shotgun getting cocked about 17 different times. Like it's just
No, I mean,
it's like shit like that. I'm picking out and just dying because I'm like, oh my
But
god,
that's very subtle compared to Naked Gun.
they flirt
right,
with it.
right.
They
But
flirt
that's
with
I
it,
think that's
but-
that whole British versus
That's the
American
British
thing.
thing,
Like,
yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It
So-
definitely showed up on lists as a spoof parody, and to me, it was funny. I was actually going to fuck with you guys before I left. I was going to tell you guys, hey, this is one of my favorite movies, just to make you get it in your brains just a little bit. But
Nick would have picked it for sure, 1,000%.
yeah, I wasn't going to give you very many points. I was going to say you should probably wear the T-shirt, but don't wear it too early.
You don't have to tell us what it was, but were there one or two surprises that you were like, oh, I didn't think of that? Or did you get them all?
I pretty much saw them all.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Well, there's one surprise, but I'm like, why is that on here?
Ooh.
That's the one I picked. God damn. I know 1,000% what movie he's talking about.
My eyes might be looking at a particular movie. I'm just saying we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay. So, I will say there is a clear winner. Just
Ooh.
hands down blew everybody else away.
Nick just smirked like he knew it was him, and it makes me want to throw my microphone at him.
He looked up with his eyeballs
Just
like there was something
he
up
looked
there.
kind of like
He's
sort
like-
of-
What's funny is
He's
that
like, finally,
Nate's
last week
eyes.
sucked.
What's funny, Nate, is that your eyes went to me.
I did
Immediately when you thought
because I was
straight
like,
immediate winner, and I looked at Brad.
I know it's Nick, and I know
and
Nick
I
thinks
smiled
it's
at
Nick,
Brad,
and
the
fuck
only other
him.
winner.
I
at
looked
this
at
table.
you, bro. I looked at you. I looked at you, Nick.
There's
Says
I hope-
volumes.
and now Nick's gonna get
I
fourth.
think I
don't
shot
want it.
myself in the foot.
There's-
God damn it.
there's also a clear loser.
Yeah.
Now, Zach and I just look at each other like, which
Yeah.
one of us? Is
Which
gonna
one
be
There's one of you that's like, nice try, but close, but
Okay.
And then there's one that was like, holy shit, you had this and you fucked it up.
Ooh.
And you picked Borat in the third round.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Okay,
right, let's hear
so
it.
that being said,
Jesus.
last place, the one that knows me the least, which is weird because one of my favorite movies is on their list.
It's me. God damn you, Scott.
Team 3.
Team 3 consists of MacGruber, Tropic Thunder, Borat, Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story.
So which one of those do you like and which one of those do you dislike? I mean,
Funny-ass
Walk
thing.
Hard is an amazing movie.
I love
Nice
that movie.
pickup in the fourth round.
I got it
we
in
all,
class.
we
yeah.
all grown. We're like, ah.
It was, well, I mean, compared to a couple others in the fourth round, that was a great pick in the fourth round.
Are you down
especially
on,
for me?
Are you down on my Borat pick? Because you don't think it fits the category?
Is
Because
that
we
the
talked
one?
about it. We discussed it. I don't know. I just love it.
It was on. I saw it mentioned on the list.
Yeah.
So that's not what it is. And again, it's just me. It's the judge. I'm not a huge fan of
Me.
That's not true.
I'm just kidding.
Not true. No, I'm just Borat for me, and the kind of comedy that is making fun of real people, as dumb as they are, like that aren't really in on the joke. Because
I'm with
it
you
makes
on
me
this.
uncomfortable,
I don't
and
like it
I
either.
personally don't like.
I'm with you on
Like
this.
I love the Jackass movies.
because they're making some fun of themselves.
But
mostly.
I hate the parts when he's the old man,
The old man.
and making fun of
Yes,
him
I'm with
because it's
you there.
uncomfortable to me, and that's just me, you know.
No,
and so,
That's funny because I like that.
yeah,
I
so-
get really embarrassed for people in a way that makes you feel super uncomfortable.
My wife's the same way. She can't watch certain episodes of The Office at all because it makes her
100%.
so
Yeah, she and I
uncomfortable.
share some of these
Yeah.
episodes that we cannot watch.
Tropic Thunder it's a great movie. I love that movie, but it just doesn't stack up to the other ones in my opinion. And MacGruber's amazing, super funny, but you reached super hard in the first round.
Yeah,
I think it deserves to be in the first round, but that's also
No
a personal
way.
thing.
Not
I
with
think
everything else.
that my list is skewed slightly towards,
Say it, younger people.
That's
Zach's own tastes.
Yeah.
because I love that. I love hey,
I think my picks are skewed slightly towards my taste.
So Zach,
I would watch your picks over my picks. That lineup that you have.
No,
Ooh.
that's the most clear statement of
like
Nick's pandering that I've ever heard of. Okay, it's gone.
Zach isn't judging.
Hey. Well, Nick will take all of your judgment from first place today. Keep going, Scott.
Okay, so
Dude, it's not watch.
third place, actually third and second are fairly close, 71 to 74. Team 2.
Shit you.
I knew.
God
Shit,
damn it.
Team
We
2.
knew it was us.
God bless you.
Austin Powers, Man of Mystery, Hot Shots, Three Amigos, Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
That's a solid list.
It's a solid list, man. It honestly is. You know, I have not. My biggest thing is honestly, Robin Hood Men in Tights is my least favorite of the Mel Brooks movies. Is it compared to and again showing my age? History of the World Part 1 should have been in this. It wasn't picked. I don't know if it was mentioned in the also rounds or not.
No.
That movie is fucking amazing, and it spoofs everything in history, and it's just such an amazing movie. And the fact that's not on here, and the fact that's picked over it, is something that kind of makes me
Angry.
think, yeah.
Never seen it, but one of my dad's friends said it was great.
I'm telling you, man, if you get a chance to watch History of the World Part 1, it's amazing. It's so good. So, Three Amigos, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, you like Three Amigos?
I love Three Amigos.
Do you
It's
like Three
hilarious.
Amigos better or worse than Blazing Saddles?
Blazing Saddles is
Really? You think it's
Top of the
Trump's
mountain.
it? Because I've never seen Blazing Saddles, but I've seen Three Amigos and really liked it. So I'm
Well, they're-
biased that
they're
way.
completely
Austin Powers, you guys say that a reach in the first?
Or would you go Austin Powers 2?
I had it power ranked in the second round, so it was a reach in the first round to me. As much as I love Austin Powers, but also it's so over. Austin Powers has been it's so many sequels and all that stuff. It's like, am I kind of tired of it at this point?
Yeah.
When it came out, it was the shit. Everybody was saying all the catchphrases from that movie, and so it was huge. But again, this power rankings, like my top 5 are like they can't be listed with those top 5. And the thing is, you guys only got 2 of my personal top 5s in the first round.
Ooh.
I know one of them is Spinal Tap.
Fair enough. Yeah. Which is as pandering as it gets
In the first round.
in the first round. Which is weird because honestly though, I didn't consider Spinal Tap my one of one necessarily.
I did. When I was like,
I
what
probably
would
would've picked it
when
one.
I did WWSBD, I was like, what would Scott Beck do? He'd pick Spinal Tap with the first pick.
Yeah.
Maybe I was wrong.
I didn't think so, but
I got the bracelet, the jelly bracelet.
I have no problem with it being one of one, but it wasn't. I probably if I was in this draft, I had the first pick. I would have shocked you all not pick Spinal Tap.
okay. No, you didn't shock me because I didn't think it was going to be the number 1.
Okay. So that being said, the second place team is Team 4.
Team 4 consists of Airplane, Blazing Saddles, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That would be myself.
Okay. So obviously, my one of one, my one of one is Airplane. That's to me is the funniest fucking movie. It holds up. I've watched it recently.
Does it hold up, Scott?
It does hold up. It's funny.
It holds up to
It's funny.
laughs. It's laughs.
Oh, it's funny.
It's funny.
It's
I've never seen it,
there's
so I just
so much. God damn it.
I talked about earlier how I hadn't seen
You
it.
motherfucker.
I'm just trying to yell at you.
I know. And okay, so Blazing Saddles, I could not believe slipped into the second round. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
So when we're talking about people who fucked up their draft, you're talking
I'm
specifically,
talking specifically
about me.
about you. With Don't Be a Menace.
Oh, see, I loved that pick. Have you seen it? It's so fucking funny.
I pulled up not only one but 2 clips on YouTube to make sure.
Have you seen Menace
I
to
didn't-
Society? Have you seen Boys in the Hood? Have you seen
Of
Juice?
course, I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, Boys in the Hood.
Did you watch the
is an
scene
amazing
where
film.
he's like, I got these cheeseburgers, man?
I didn't watch that.
Oh,
scene.
fuck.
So, I don't know. I watched a
Did you
couple.
see the part where they're
scenes.
going back and forth with the guns and he's got the rocket launcher in the back of his
That's
truck?
exactly what I watched. I didn't even smile.
Sean Wayans is maybe it's tough to handle, but I don't know.
That and
love it.
I think what it comes down to is I'm not a big Sean Wayans fan. It's fine, but it's just not.
Did
my
you watch
thing.
the happy-go-lucky romp that is Requiem for a Dream? with my
I've seen
with
most
my
of that
dude,
movie.
Mr. Wayne's just killing it.
I have seen most of that movie.
I'm sorry. Marlon Wayans is the is.
Oh, you're
the-
right. I'm
is-
sorry. It's
is-
Marlon.
Marlon is the
Marlon.
one that's crazy. Sean Wayans. But did you see
He's
the
the
scene
straight
where?
man.
Did you see the scene where Sean Wayans is reading a bedtime story to his dad?
No, I did not.
He's because his dad's like younger than him. But he's reading his bedtime story. He's reading like The Hustler, like the stories from The Hustler, and so his dad's like beating off.
Oh, see, that does sound funny. That might have got you a few more points.
It's so ridiculous.
So wait, what else had you not seen? You said 3.
So I have not. Yeah, I had not seen that one for sure. I've never seen Borat, but I've seen a lot of scenes from it.
Oh my God, Scott Beck.
And I've never seen Robin Hood all the way through, but I've seen a lot of scenes, and they didn't grab me.
So Monty Python in the reach of or the wraparound on the last 4th round.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a fucking first-round pick, and you guys should have known that. That movie.
So I essentially had 3 first-round picks, and I still lost the fucking draft.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
to Nick's fucking all-star team.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that Nick won again? What the fuck is happening?
Thanks, Zach. I was going to bring it up.
I'm starting to lose confidence in myself.
So, but listen,
Nick's team is great.
Read Nick's
Agreed.
team.
Team 1, this is Spinal Tap, The Naked Gun,
the rap
Spaceballs,
killed it, yeah.
Team America, World Police.
So in Team America as the last pick of the draft is fucking amazing because to me was a tier
Scott.
1.
And
You
Nick,
you need to know how long
and Nick
I
struggled
sat
so
on
hard with
pick
that
between
pick.
that
It was maybe
and-
the longest
it was-
we've ever had in a draft pick.
It was between that and Idiocracy.
Oh shit, you picked right.
Yeah, and he goes, I just know Scott loves this movie.
So Scotch.
I did
what he
not
said.
say
I
that.
at
what
one
his
point
butt
said
said.
I could go puppets here. If I would have taken instead of Don't Be a Menace, if I take Team America, World Police, am I winning this in a
You
runaway?
literally would have picked 4 tier 1 picks of mine out of 5.
And you didn't go marionettes, bro.
That's funny to
I
me.
just don't understand how did 3 out of 5 of your top 5 not win me the draft?
That's funny to me that Don't Be a Minute, because you picked one that he'd never heard of or seen.
Because
and
it
it was
got-
like number 42 on
Yeah.
his list.
Everything was averaging around anywhere from 15 to 21 points, and that got 10.
Hey, it's my Chucky.
How
it's my
far
Chucky
behind
pick.
was I of Nick?
It's like-
74 to
it's gonna be-
82.
It's going to be tied now.
As we said last week, numbers don't lie, right?
Bradley, it feels good up here at number 3.
And it doesn't matter how at the end I gave it an eyeball test, and that team from start to
We
finish.
can both do West Side now. We can both put up 3.
because Spaceballs is an amazing of the Mel Brooks movies. Spaceballs is arguably one of the best, right?
Is Princess Bride a Mel Brooks movie? Or is he just in it?
No.
Mel Brooks isn't in Princess Bride.
I thought he was one of the guys in like maybe even like The Priest or somebody. Like he's not
Mel Brooks is not in
Mel
Princess
Brooks is not in Princess
That's
Bride.
Billy Crystal. He's like the Billy Crystal's kind of like the
Crystal's
troll.
I know. He's the guy in the pit
Miracle
of
Max.
despair. Yeah. I thought Mel Brooks was involved in Princess Bride. No.
Not at all.
Okay, well then I don't think I've seen any Mel Brooks movies.
You never saw Spaceballs?
Okay, I've seen Spaceballs. What else? What else does he have? Literally, like I've never seen like Defending the Earth or
Young
Defending
Frankenstein.
Yourself.
Young Frankenstein.
Never.
We talked about Young
Yeah.
Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles,
Nope.
History of the World Part
Nope.
1.
He's got a lot.
He had like silent movie, high anxiety.
Yeah.
I just listened to his audiobook.
Well, I feel like this is like a big blind spot for me because these are like super popular movies.
Well, these
Like,
are the
people like
OGs.
talk
These are
about
the
him as
OG
like
parodies.
this comic genius, right? Like
Well, he is.
Oh no, he is.
that's what
He's
I'm. That's
hilarious.
exactly what I'm saying. But I've never seen any of his shit. Like I saw Spaceballs. Who is he in Spaceballs?
He's Yogurt. He's the president of the galaxy. Also,
The
He
president,
plays
and he's
the
Yogurt,
Yoda
and he's the
character.
president of the galaxy.
yeah, the Yoda-like character. So, in general, Spinal Tap. I mean, you can't argue with that as number 1 pick. Naked Gun, just amazing series. Spaceballs, amazing Mel Brooks movie, and then Team America: World Police is just fucking hilarious.
So basically, he took like all like tier 1, tier 2 movies,
Correct.
and although I had 3 tier 1 movies,
And you had a tier 0.
I had a tier 0.
Just let it wash over you.
I mean, tier 0 is like being generous. I think it was a tier -4.
Scott, that's 2 wins on your watch.
I don't know, man.
I just know I didn't
We're
get last.
we're
so.
good friends.
Nick's confirming the confirmation bias that I was talking about earlier. The confirmation virus.
Just
It
confirming
is a virus.
the season 1 championship. I'm just doing what everyone's expecting me to do.
Most of these things swing the way of the most vascular, so I guess it makes sense. Fucking veiny bitch.
Blood flows up.
I'm going to assume with my second place here, I'm still controlling the overall scoring average.
There is no scoring average. You made that shit up.
Dude,
Okay,
once Ziggy shows up and gives the whole sabermetrics and the
This is like the whip. This is like
How is
the pause version of the whip.
How is our search for the intern going, Nate?
Yeah, we're still looking. If you're somebody that wants to intern, you can do it remotely, entirely remotely. If you want to intern for BVK, we got a small stipend,
And we can literally give you money and college credit. Is that correct?
That's right. If you have somebody that if you can do an internship where you can be supervised by the BVK crew, come on intern for us. You'll be our research and production intern.
It'll be fun. It'll be an experience. It'll be something you can put on your resume, and you'll laugh about it later with your friends.
So message us on the socials or send us an email at bezvideokingdom@gmail.com.
We're going to make you sign a really big fucking non-disclosure and
non-sexual harassment agreement.
Because
no non-lawsuit. Is there something that just says that you cannot sue us or you cannot?
they're 1,000%.
I thought you meant we don't want to be sexually harassed. I was going to. No.
Oh, what are we talking about? Sexual harassment? I'm just talking about like doing some jackass shit and like slapping them and stuff, right? Isn't that what the kids are doing these days?
Is that a non-violence agreement? NBA?
Well, you don't like slap them in the boob. That's fucking sexual harassment.
Yeah,
You
right
slap
across
them
the
in the
face.
neck. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
of course.
Right in the
That
throat.
makes sense. That checks out.
Just don't fucking edit this shit. Bah! Give them a little fucking neck slap.
We'll treat you like Spider from Goodfellas. Oh man!
All right, Nick. Good win, you motherfucker.
Thanks,
So,
guys.
if we wanted to go to the scoreboard, and we won't go by points,
But we don't.
We'll
We
just
don't
go by
want to.
wins.
We don't want to go to the scoreboard. I don't care who
So
wins.
I'm the OG with 3 wins,
God
and
damn
then
it, Brad.
Nick joined me up here with 3 wins.
Oh, man.
We're both sharing with our fact that we have
3-3-1-0.
Nate's got 1. Jack,
I hate you guys.
is
so
that
much.
an O? Is that an O?
How many wins do I have? That was a O.
It's an O. But you still have lots of weeks to catch up.
Scott was just showing us his
We're
face.
only in February right now. We got lots of time to go.
Hey guys, guess what?
Yeah.
I get to pick the movie next week, and it's my birthday. Are you guys excited for me?
Wait, when's your
Are you
birthday? I didn't know.
excited?
When's your birthday?
I don't know if we should be excited.
Well, because I think time's moved forward a week, right? So my birthday is February 27th.
Yeah.
So it should be right around when our pod comes out with
think
my
that's
movie, right?
Yeah,
That's
pretty close.
So this dude, Ari Aster, my favorite director, he's done 2 feature films, Hereditary and Midsommar, 2 of my favorite movies of all time. I know that people would say, oh, that's such a recency bias, but I really think that these things are fucking amazing. So I'm going to force all of my friends that don't like watching movies like this to watch Hereditary, and we're going to have our friends from the super successful fucking Uber, like, going on TV fucking podcast of Cali True Crime. Which, Brad, expound on that. Like, are we allowed to talk about it, or should we not talk about it?
No, we can definitely talk about
Okay,
it.
yeah.
And I actually don't know if the episodes have come out yet, but on Court TV, Cali True Crime, Jessica and Chuck were both asked to be basically, talking heads. Whenever you have those types of true crime type TV shows, they're going to have people who come on and speak to the crimes. They both got to be talking heads on separate episodes. So
That's cool.
So cool.
very, very cool for them. And they were just kind of contacted out of the blue. It wasn't like they knew somebody and like made that connection happen. They were just contacted by a production company out of San Francisco. Said, hey, you all want to go down to LA and film
That is so freaking
some TV
cool.
shows, and that shit happens. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to talk movies, fucking hit us up.
So they're gonna come.
We are here.
So Chuck and Jessica, right? They're gonna come, or is the other guy gonna come?
I don't know.
too?
Sean, I'm going to find out, but if Sean could come down, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have Sean on here. Sean's a very hilarious guy.
He hates creamy foods.
No, that's
Chuck. That is
Oh,
Chuck.
I'm sorry.
Chuck's my white and creamy soul brother.
White
And
creamy.
I do want to give Sean a shout out real quick because outside of Cali True Crime, he also has a podcast called The History of Malls. And you might think that's a weird topic, but legitimately he like breaks down the history of some famous malls. And I mean, that was a huge part of our childhoods.
That's
like
crazy.
going to the mall and checking things out. So he's just breaking down like different malls that existed and that have like kind of like disappeared. And it's just breaking it down. So talking about why it was, when it was popular and what happened to it and why it fell apart. So it's it's kind of a testament of our times that those malls are just slowly disappearing and they're not going to exist.
Interesting topic.
So
you're going to make me watch Hereditary.
So we're going to watch. So we're going to watch the movie Hereditary. Now let me preface all of this with a couple of things. So I know you guys are super nervous about watching this movie. I don't think it's going to be what you guys expect. This is really, I think the best way to describe it is like a deep dive or like a meditation on grief.
And that sounds fucking great, dude.
Do we? Also, it's more real.
Dude,
but Zach, understand, we knew we were going into this, and so we essentially said that we're going to sit on a couch and hold hands as we watch it. So
we decided that we should watch it together so that we can all, if you guys ever heard any skiing jokes, like when you're talking about skiing
cross
with your
country?
Friends? Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be some cross country skiing going on.
When you got each of your friends' dicks in your hand and you're just like fucking trying to watch a movie and so that's what we're gonna do.
This is that kind of movie where you're like all psyched and
Nope. You're not gonna be
Am I gonna want to blow a load during this movie?
You're gonna want to blow something.
So do we have workman's comp? Because I'm gonna need like major therapy and other like sleep aids.
I don't think Nate has watched a movie like front to end like in probably 17
just
years.
The experience of sitting there all through a whole movie might give me like some sort of like major back issue.
So it's an intense movie and
Carpal
it's an
tunnel?
intense experience. It has
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel. It's
We're talking about skiing. I was just saying. Nate's talking about carpal tunnel. You're talking about skiing.
Some
A
serious.
lot of skiing. He's been in the middle seat a lot of times on a lot of long drives.
Eating a lot of soggy cookies. All right. So what I'm saying is the only thing I ask of everybody if we're going to really watch this is that don't go to Wikipedia and try and figure out the plot beforehand.
I have no desire to fucking torment myself multiple times.
Okay, good, exactly. So stick with the spoiler free, and I don't want to like build anything up as it's like I think that it's an amazing movie that makes you feel a lot of different things, and whether those feelings make you uncomfortable or not, that's up to you. But I like that, so let's watch it and fucking be open to it. And if you at home want to watch a movie that is decidedly, in my opinion, I'm going to put up air quotes. It's a disturbing movie. It makes you feel a bunch of different ways, and I think you guys will really like it. And I think that you're really going to like it. You're really going to fucking hate it. So I'm excited.
I think it's made for a great pod. But so I just want to say, you put on the schedule. You said that our draft for this week is going to be most memorable moms. Do you want to stick with that? Is that what we're going with?
So the mom in this movie,
well, you don't need to give us any spoilers. I'm just saying,
carries it. She's fucking amazing.
Is that where we're going?
No. I want to leave the draft category open. Let's do an open forum. We may do moms. I just thought, I guess I'm trying to be pretty like general with it to where I don't want to pick movies. We kind of already did parents or like extended family. So if you guys want to move that, I'm totally down with it. So we'll leave it open. It's not like people are doing fucking preparation for the draft. So fuck it.
All right, to all our fans who do a lot of preparation for the draft,
sorry,
or at least not
as of this episode.
At least not me with my 0 wins.
I like the mom.
I like most memorable movie moms.
I mean, there's a lot I can think of right now. Like Stifler's mom.
That's a totally different thing than dysfunctional family members. Most memorable movie moms is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and leaving it open like that, it might be nice to have like you don't want to make it
a range.
Like scary. It make it more lighthearted.
Oh yeah, it could be anything really. Yeah, 100%. So let's do that then. Let's stick with.
There's only been a couple moms in
moms.
movies, so
yeah.
Let's stick with moms.
Maybe be like a 2-round.
I'm sticking with yours.
Oh my god, dude! Nate, my son's 9. Came home from school the other day, and he's like, "Dad, you heard these jokes about your mom?" I'm like, "You mean your grandma?" He's like, "No, it's just like it's called a your mom joke." And I'm like, "Okay," and he just like starts going, "Your mom's so ugly."
They're playing the dozens.
We did a lot. We used to do a lot of I used to do a lot of Brad's mom jokes. And it was a good time.
Jesus Christ!
But a couple times,
I'm with you, Brad.
A couple times, I think I went I made a Brad's grandma joke, and it very quickly there was a hard rule put up that I was never allowed.
Just so you know, you don't talk about. She's a fucking saint.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Dorothy Frank is a fucking saint.
I went full Vince Vaughn. I went full Vince Vaughn.
He did. He made it clear that was not funny.
There's the line.
There's some lines in the sand.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And my grandma's on this side of the fucking line.
All right.
It's gonna make for great pod, Zach.
I can't wait.
I'm excited to watch it with you guys. I have a feeling who's going to like it and who's not going to like it, and I want to know if I'm right. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, I mean, Frailty went over really well.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining pod.
Yep.
That's what we're looking for.
And I hope you go into this with the mindset that it's going to be like Frailty. Bye-bye.
I'm just waiting for Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton
If Bill Paxton is not in it, I'm turning it off.
Hey, I just need to take this
With
phone
every
with me.
one of you in the room.
We're gonna have a good time.
Hey, guys, I was thinking I'd direct this and act in it.
Was that Bill Paxton or Bill
I know.
Klaus?
Just love Bill Clinton.
And Zach was whispering. He was whispering as Bill Paxton.
Come over here and wash my balls.
It's late.
Adios.
I wanna be at Beverly's, bringing me home with my movies, just to fly by, no reason why. I love this scene. Nick Nate, I can brag your favorite podcast. Let's start.